Hello, 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 everyone. We are just starting the second quarter of Founders Club. If you guys are in a place where maybe you didn't earn the first quarter, no big deal. We are in a new quarter. Focus on getting your 25 points. Focus on getting your unique accounts, your quick starts, and your managers. And like Melissa said before she hit the recording, this is going into our boom season, guys. You need to focus on, instead of doing 2 this quarter, I would truly focus on doing at least 4 unique accounts this quarter. And if you are being focused on your daily activities, the things you need to be doing, and converting those members to distributors and getting distributors signed up and getting them shooting right out of the gate, you guys will be able to accomplish that, getting 4 to 5 new unique accounts this quarter. Okay, this is the boom season. This is when a lot of people earn their Founders Club trip, or they knock out a big portion of it. So know that going in. Know that if you're putting the work in, this is a great, great season for Founders Club. So if you have not, maybe you just got your help me out, your subscription points, and that's all you have. Don't stress over it, okay? Got plenty of time, 9 more months. And there are people that's already earned it. I think 2 or 3 people earned it the first quarter. So don't stress that you haven't got that first quarter locked in, or you didn't get that first quarter locked in. We got plenty of time. So we kind of decided to do something different tonight. We've been doing these for a little bit over 3 months, and we've not really paused and gave you guys an opportunity to ask us questions. So we're going to do that this evening. I know some people, I've got my computer here, so if you see me looking aside, that's what I'm looking at. Some people put their questions under the post, which is great. Some of you, if you have questions, we'll have you to unmute and ask your questions. And, you know, there's no question that's stupid. Okay, I'm one of those people, Melissa is too, that ask what you need to ask. You don't know what you don't know. And what I've learned over the years, I think a lot of you have, if you have a question, then most people will also have that same question. They just don't want to ask it. So be that person to step up and ask. Melissa says, put them in the chat. So we'll do that. We'll put them in the chat and read them as we go. And if we have time, and if you guys have any last minute questions, we'll bring you guys on live. So I am going to go. Melissa, are we ready to read the questions? Did you want to jump in and add anything?
Yeah, I do want to add a couple of things.
Okay.
One, if no more people that have than what we have not done their video in 2 weeks, this is going to be a very, very small group. So when we get back from Jamaica, that assignment is what's going to be who will be kicked out of this group. Every assignment has to be done, but we usually choose 1 or 2 to track. And Christy is tracking the video. She is keeping a list. She is our organized leader on here. So she is keeping a list. And the people there's 77 people on here, I think maybe half of the 77 have posted. I think we don't even have 40 videos yet. So I think we're going to extend that assignment out for another week and give you another week. We're going to give you until Monday the 16th to get that video in, and go watch them. I mean, gosh, they are just like, my heart is just, I love them. So if you're not sure what to do, watch 10 or 12 of them and get an idea. But it's got to be about you. It's got to be something that you're going to be able to look back on and remember why you're doing this. Just like your first video that you posted about, why you wanted this. We are sending you, we've already sent you back to that once, because we know that the longer you go, you lose focus of things if it's not fresh in your mind. Because when you first start something, everything's exciting and fresh. But, as you go on, you can kind of lose sight of that goal. And we always want to take you back as to why. And the same thing with these goals. You are making the goals. They're not anybody else's. You are doing that. And what happened last quarter? Guess what? You ain't going back. You can't go back. So we're starting right now. So don't worry about what you did last month. You start right now, and whatever it is that you want, you go get it. That's one of the things I trained on this week. It says that the only person standing in your way of earning Founders Club this quarter is you and your disbelief and your self-doubt, because every single one of you can do it. There's no reason why you can't get 2, 4. And do you want me to go ahead and tell my assignment for this thing? Because I think that it goes right along with what I'm talking about. So Stacy, I'm going to do this because we're going to end with the questions. So the assignment that you're going to have this week that I'm going to give you not only is the video, but it's a month-long assignment. And that assignment is to earn 5 points in the enrollment extravaganza that corporate is doing. That is your assignment. So if you right away say, oh, I can't do that, then you won't. But if you go into it believing you can and doing the things to work for it and getting your members signed up, getting them upgraded to a distributor, doing the things that you need to do to earn Founders Club, every single one of you will not only get the $50 bonus, but I believe every single one of you can max it out at $250. If you bust your tail and go get it, don't leave any money on the table that corporate's given us. Go get your 25 points, max out that bonus, and look at the growth you'll experience on your team. So, but 5 points, that's the assignment for every single person this month to get the 5 points for the enrollment extravaganza. You can get a point for signing somebody up with anything, signing a new person up. You can get 2 points for signing up a distributor, or you can get 2 points for upgrading someone to a distributor. So let's think about that. So if you can get 1 point for signing somebody up as a member, or you can get 2 points for signing someone up as a distributor, or you can get 2 points for upgrading, why would everybody not sign everybody up as a member and then immediately afterwards have them pay their $50 to upgrade to a distributor? You get 3 points instead of 2. It's the math, people. It's the little things, the things to get around it. So sign them up as a member, and everybody that can upgrade, immediately go upgrade them. That's 3 points. So that's what I'm going to do anyways. I'm all about maximizing work harder, not work smarter, not harder. Right. So 5 points, that's all you got to get. And every single one of you can do that plus. So I'm going to turn it over to Stacy. And again, if you have questions, put them in the chat. And somebody's already said, what is the enrollment extravaganza? If you don't know what that is, then you need to be on the X distributor community page, because it is all over that page. It's the new promo that was launched on the 1st of January. And it's the grand prize, you guys, is a helicopter tour over the Grand Canyon when we go to Zing Fling, plus your entire room is paid for 3 or 4 nights, plus you get 3 free fling tickets. That's the grand prize. That's number 1. Second through 4th place is 3 free fling tickets. Say that fast 5 times. 3 free fling tickets and your hotel paid for. And then the 5th place through 10th place is your 3 free fling tickets. So you got 1st through 10th place. So everybody in 1st through 10th place needs to be from this group. There's no reason why we're not. Let's go take it all. Every one of us. Let's go take it all and fight for it. So that's what the enrollment extravaganza. So I've already answered the first question. Done. It's all you, Stacy.
Well, thank you. Let me make sure I'm unmuted here. Okay, I am. All right. Well, there you go. There's how that works. There's you some strategy that Melissa and I kind of talked about before we jumped on here. So you know what it is, you know how to do it. You've got a little bit of strategy there to work with. Use the strategy. And I'm big on what Melissa said. Do not leave money on the table. If corporate is giving you a promotion, you need to be going for it. You need to be fighting for it, because that is free cash in your pay portal. That is cash for you. And same thing if they give away swag or anything. Go after these promotions. There's no reason you should not be. And guess what? Every promotion they do is doable, or they wouldn't put it out there. Okay. They know what they're doing when they set these promotions out. And the reason they're doing this is they want us to obviously focus on enrollments. We always want to focus on that. But if you notice, 2 of those categories are distributor related. They are giving us cash, more cash, I should say, for building our business. We already have a heck of a compensation plan. They're giving us more cash on top of it. So make sure you're going for that. So let's dive into these questions. The first one I want to go over is the manager maintenance. There's a question on that. And I think there's some confusion unless something has changed. And I'm going to go through and look at the fine print, make sure I'm not wrong on this. If I am, I'll come back and post it in here. But let's say that you built a manager in November, okay? But they did not maintain manager in December. But this month they get back to manager. You will get the 2 points for that. So anytime that you have built a unique rank during this qualification period and they maintain it, if they maintain it every single month, you're going to get 2 points every single month. If they, go a month and miss it, or 2 months and miss, and they get back up there, you get the 2 points for each time they hit that rank. Now, if it's someone who hit manager the last qualification period and they get back to manager, during this qualification period, that does not count. It has to be a unique account for this qualification period. And that goes for if they hit silver, and it goes for their highest rank. Okay, so if they hit silver manager, but then they fall back to manager, you don't get the points for them falling back to manager. So if you build them to manager this qualification period, they build a silver manager, that silver manager rank is what you get the maintenance points from. So you need to understand that as well. But I'm going to look over that 2 consecutive months thing. I never saw anything on that when I was reading through it. I'm going to go back through and read through it. Melissa said the same thing.
I've got the exact rules right here. It says, the sponsoring distributor will receive 2 points for each additional month that the first level distributor maintains their highest attained rank. Only 2 points per first level distributor can be earned each month. So that means that it doesn't have to be consecutive, but it can't be a rank that they hit prior. It's got to be a new rank that they hit during the Founders Club qualification. But if they go 3 months and don't hit that rank, but then hit that highest rank, you'll get 2 points. So it doesn't have to be consecutive. It's any month that they hit that rank going forward after they hit it in this quarter. But here's the thing. If they hit manager in October for the first time, then they hit silver in November for the first time, you're not going to get points for if they hit manager again. It's the highest rank. So they would have to hit silver again for you to get those 2 points. If they went to gold, they would have to get to gold again to get those 2 points. It's the highest rank that they achieved during the Founders Club qualification.
Okay. Thank you, Melissa, for reading that and clarifying everything. So moving on to the next question is, and this is from Teresa Dennison. I'm in a few different team results pages, and I'm not seeing many people posting in them much anymore. I'm just curious, what are you teaching your new distributors to duplicate, and what are you having them do so they don't run out of their warm market? Melissa, do you want to take this? You may take it.
I can. In my boards, and I'm going to share my screen if I can, because I want y'all to see this, because I love application training, because I want y'all to know exactly where to go and what I do. That was one of the things that was missing as far as I was concerned, is a way to coach brand new distributors. I mean, we've got all these coaching scripts for product users, right? But we had nothing for brand new distributors. And so I teamed up with Jana Bullard, and we created coaching a baby distributor and how to feed them baby bites and get them started. Not only that, but it's a way for your brand new distributor to coach their new distributors without them having to, without you having to enable them. It's a way for you to empower your brand new distributors. So let me show you where it's at. I hope you can see my screen. Okay. So I'm going to go into my boards. And so mine is the X Team boards. And I think Stacy's boards are exactly like mine. So can you guys see Stacy, can you unmute and tell me if you can see my screen?
I can see them. It's
Okay,
up.
perfect. Okay, so you're going to click on business. And then right there, it's got a little picture of a baby, a little icon of a baby. It says building a new distributor. And it says start here. What is the purpose of this board? It is exciting that you have a new distributor. They are excited and need direction. You will use the coaching distributors to text, message, or call them with those directions and go at their pace. It also has a resource folder to find simple basics that your newbie may need to know or ask you for. So let me go back and show you. So this is a Baby Bites where it says, there's the resource group to give you all the things that they might need to know, including how to set up your pay portal, the things that you take for, granted, but they don't know. But coaching distributors, day of order, what you send, you find out their goals. And then you do them as they respond back. Each one has a call to action. So if you've sent it to them and they haven't done anything for 2 or 3 days, you're going to reach out and say, hey, did you get my text? What do you think? Have you done this? And again, go at their pace. I mean, somebody could get through this whole thing in a couple of days and, all the way up to the point where they're adding boards, but somebody, it might take a couple of weeks. But it's a great way for, I'm going to unmute this. Hang on. It's a great way for you to have a resource in order to be a brand new distributor yourself and know how to coach a new distributor on your team.
And I'm going to add one thing. Don't move from one assignment to the next one until they have completed that first assignment. So if you give them assignment number 1 and they don't complete it, don't give them assignment number 2. Don't give them that next step. Reach out to them, like Melissa said, see if they need help with that assignment, need some more explanation or whatever it may be, but don't give them assignments until they completed the first one. So, but yeah, everything is, say that again. I'll talk to the topic. What's that?
I made a boo-boo. Apparently, Carol says there's a rule where they have to have been they have to have signed up before January in order to get the 2 points for an upgrade. So my trick is not going to work. Sorry. Okay, so sign everybody up as distributors right away. It was a good thought, wasn't it? Hey,
it was a really good thought.
I did not see that rule, so apparently I should look at it. Sorry, y'all.
Yep. Strike that tip. We'll try to come up with a new strategy for you.
They're on to me. Jamie says they're on to me. Yes, they are. It's a conspiracy.
Oh gosh.
I will put the link to my boards. I will put the link to my boards in the Founders Club group, or actually I will put the link to my boards in our Jamaica board.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. Next question is this is from Melinda Johnston. What posts do you make on social media that seems to convert to prospects? Is it direct post about product / opportunity ? Or indirect where you're dripping on them? How many times a week are you posting or making posts about Singular? Here's my thing. I'm always my post for the majority of the part, whether it is direct or indirect about Singular, it is about either products, it's about results, it's about my lifestyle, it is about family time, it's about the trips. I mean, pretty much every post I make, if you read into it, it's going to get somebody's attention to where I'm hoping will say, hey, how are you doing that? What are you doing to go on these trips? How did you retire early that you're spending so much time with your grandson? How are you and your wife traveling so much? So I do a lot of lifestyle posts is what I do when it comes to getting people's attention about the opportunity. But I also am making sure that I'm consistently posting about results as well, because one of the easiest ways to get a distributor is get them fall in love with the products, get them getting great results, and then converting them over from a member to a distributor. Now, how often do I post? I'm in posting somewhere every day, whether it's my stories, whether it's my Facebook page, Instagram, testimonial group, I'm in there pretty much every day in my testimonial group posting. So I hope that answers your question. The thing is you want to be active. You want to be showing up, because if you're running a business, people need to be seeing what you're doing every day. And with Facebook's algorithm, not everybody is seeing every post you make. That's why it's important to be so consistent on your social media platforms, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Instagram, combination of those, TikTok, whatever you use. You want to make sure that you're showing up every single day in those platforms to show people what you're doing, and not only what you're doing, but what you're helping people do. Because it's one thing that people see that you do it. It's another thing when they can see that you're helping other people do it. When you're helping other people make an extra $500 a month, or helping extra people. We got to be careful a little bit with posting what we're doing money wise, but still there's ways to post what you're doing to help people. And that will get a lot of people's attention too, because they're like, okay, you're helping these people do this. Can you help me do it as well? And I hope all that makes sense. But show up every day. You want to be in social media every day, as many platforms as you can, and letting people see what you do. So, and Melissa,
it's kind of like what I was telling Stacy when we were talking about that question is, if you had a business, you need your business open every day. You need to make sure people know. And I saw a question where it said business page or personal page, both. Everywhere, stories, reels, TikTok. I mean, go, and especially in your results group, because that's what triggers that your results group to show up in the notifications of the people that you've invited. So you want to make sure that you're posting everywhere, every day, somewhere about something. So there's a question in the chat that I want to go ahead and do it before it gets pushed back. It says, how do you push new distributors to get their quick start? And my answer to that is you tell them what to do. You don't ask them to do it. That's my best advice for that. I tell them, this is what you do next. They don't know what they don't know. It's like that old saying, ignorance on fire. You tell them what to do. Most of the time I tell them it's part of their accountability. Let's go post. Let's go put people in here. It's part of your accountability. So Stace, what's your answer to that?
Yeah, I agree with you. Say that again.
How do you push new distributors to get to their quick start?
Same thing. I don't, I don't ask them to do stuff. If they're a distributor and they know what their quick start bonus is, I just give them the steps. This is what we need to be doing. You need to be posting about, your results. You need to be getting people's interest on what the program's doing for you. We need to follow up with the people that are interested. And it's just getting them to see that they need to be coachable and follow the steps that we're asking them to do. If they're wanting to earn
$50 to do it, why would they not do something? You got to just tell them, this is what we're doing. You decided to be a distributor, we're going. And you need to assume that every single person has the capability of getting the extreme builder bonus, not just quick start. So
exactly.
Them out of the gate running, because they paid $50 to be a distributor. So they knew they're signing up for something. So coach them and let them, let them decide their pace and how fast they want to go.
And I saw it pop up there. Is the quick start still doubled? It is when they hit the 5,000 or 10 or 1,000 inception points. So just to break it down real quick, 4 enrollments at a minimum of 500 points of total inception is $100. And then 1,000 inception points, at least 4 enrollments, gets them the additional $100. So that's when it's doubled. So yes, and that wasn't just a promotion. That's until they ever change it again. So that's forever. As of right now, that's forever. So the next question is, and let me see, I was kind of scrolling through.
Thank you, Carol, for texting me that.
Okay. I've had people who originally said they'd like to know more about the business opportunity, possibly becoming a distributor, now shy away from learning more about it. Suggestions on reopening those conversations. I'm just going to give and maybe you've done this before, and maybe maybe you've already done this, maybe you haven't, but I would just ask the simple question of saying, last time we talked about you becoming a distributor, you were really interested. What changed your mind? And see what changed their mind. Did they feel like it was something that was too hard for them to do? Did they feel like they don't have time for it? And whatever changed their mind is probably something that you just need to have a conversation with them about, and say, you may have a misconception of how much time you have to put into it, or how hard it is, or the support you're going to get. So just ask them what changed their mind and go from there.
You look really cute.
Somebody unmuted.
I know, I got it.
Got it. Okay. Melissa, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, I actually have been sending out New Year's messages, and especially if I've talked to them about the business before, I just say, I would love to continue our conversation about supplementing your income using social selling. And that piques their attention. I've had several people respond just from saying that. So it's just like everything else. You've got to follow up about the business, just like you follow up about the products, because it took me, I think about me, I think about how long it took them how many times that they told me about it before I said yes. And, if they hadn't have done it that last time, I may not have said yes, So I follow up with people about the business until they block me or die. That's I follow up with the products till they buy or die. So I follow up about the business till they block me or die. So.
And guys, have that same mindset. I think sometimes we get used to following up with people about the products, a lot of times because we have promotions for that. And we kind of steer away from taking that first no from someone about being a distributor, and we never readdress it. You've got to readdress, especially if they're having good results, they're loving the products, they're reordering. You've got to go back and have those conversations with them, because you never know who's going to say yes at some point. And I stress that because I was a no when I was first introduced to it. I said, nope, have no interest, no desire, don't have time for it. And I was pretty direct but polite. No, thank you. But 2 weeks later, after I was having good results, I was loving it. I thought, let me try to get my products paid for. And, I'm not going to share my whole story, but it took off. And here I am 10 years later, retired and enjoying life. So don't be afraid to go back to those people and have that conversation with them.
Someone asked, what if they are a new distributor that has ghosted you, won't respond to us at all, almost make quick start and then just dropped off, or customers won't respond to me as well? You're marry the results. I mean, marry the process, divorce the results. You still have to follow up. They're still watching. But sometimes God weeds your garden and gets rid of people for you that is not good for you. So you still follow up with them, but you can't make them doing something that they won't want to do. And it's so much easier to get behind somebody and push them than it is to drag them behind you.
Exactly. I couldn't agree with that more. And I've done some goal setting calls with a lot of my team members last several days. And I think a lot of people get hung up on things they cannot control, and don't focus on those things. If you're reaching out and you're trying to help them, you're trying to support them, but they're ghosting you, you cannot control that. Follow up with them, get with them from time to time, but don't put your emotions there. Okay, because you cannot control that. You cannot control what they're doing and what they're not doing. The only thing you can control is, am I giving them the support? Am I giving them the help and the guidance and the resources and the tools and training them? If I'm doing all of that and they're not willing to respond to me or follow the steps that I'm giving them and letting me help them, then, like Melissa said, don't drag them. It's easier to give birth than it is to raise the dead.
Bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia.
So
Like Michael Stoller said, next.
yeah, and you've got to discipline that disappointment to where, and sometimes it's hard, especially when you've got someone that you see so much potential in them, and you know that they could do great, and you want to put that extra time into it. But if you're doing everything on your end that you can do and they're not responding to you, then move on to the next person, because guess what? There's someone that deserves your time. You're taking
too, though. Love them where they're at.
Yeah, I'm not saying, ghost them back, but follow up with them from time to time and check on them. But don't put a lot of time there. Move on and put time to people who deserve it.
Amen, Michael Stoller. We can inspire people, but motivation comes from in your own self.
Yep. Let's see. Is there any questions on the chat?
Let me see. No, but there's some smart people on here. Nope, not yet. What else you got?
I think that's about it. Oh, wait. Someone's asking, it's Tracy, I'm probably going to butcher her last name, Golan. Okay. And says, I need reminded on how to tell my story and keep it 2 to 3 minutes. The best thing I can tell you to do is record yourself. And I did this a while back. When I say a while back, probably a couple of years ago. And I just sat with my phone. It took me a while. And I just recorded myself over and over and over and just fine-tuned it to where I got it to 2 minutes or less. And it doesn't matter if you have a big story. And what I mean by a big story is, you've been here for many years and you've done a lot of stuff, or whether you're just getting started and getting your products paid for, you have a story. That's one thing you need to realize. And I've talked to a couple of my team members about that during our calls last couple of days, as they feel like they don't have a story. If you're making money, you have a story. Okay. It may not be the story you want, and it's not going to be the end of your story. Your story's always going to evolve as you grow, but tell your story from where you're at and what you've done, and hit the high points. If for me, I start my story a lot was when I got started with this. I was looking for an exit strategy to retire from the police department early. I didn't 100% know that this was going to be it. But what happened was, as I put time into this and I connected myself to the right people, I saw that there was an opportunity for me to retire early. And that's what I've done. And then I'll add in some family stuff that I've done. And it depends on who I'm talking to a lot. I will kind of gauge maybe what their goals are, what they're looking to do. And if my story has something in it that can relate to what they want to do, then I share that. And it may not be retiring for a lot of people, but it may be traveling. It might be paying off debt. It might be making an extra $1,000 to pay house payment or to pay a car payment. So I take my story, and it's different from who I'm talking to. So don't think that you have to have a straight line cookie cutter story, because especially if you're talking to someone, you want to figure out what their goals are and match up what your story can relate to them and help them see that vision through what you've done. And I hope that makes sense.
Okay, we got it does make sense. And we got some good questions on the chat. So that should be one of the assignments here in the next few weeks is do a video of your 2-minute story. That would be good. And I'll put on
in real quick.
Really good at helping you perfect your story too.
Say that again. I talked over top of you.
Is really good at helping you get your story, doing that.
And before you move on to the next one, I know most of you have heard the book, Get Over Your Damn Self. There's actually a section in that book that she talks about that and really breaks it down on what needs to be in your story. I mean, she kind of gives you bullet points and a guideline and she'll tell you, keep it to around 90 seconds, I think is what she says. So if you've not read that book yet, or maybe you have read it, you forgot that part was in there, or can't remember exactly what she says, go back and read it. You can also get it on audio as well and listen to that section. And that's where I learned to really develop my story, was through her.
All right. You mean go?
Go.
Okay, it says, I thought we were supposed to be posting niche topics and maybe occasionally put singular info in there, but a lot of you guys post only singular, so I'm confused on what to post. I learned to have 4 pillars, and when somebody goes to your social media, they should be able to scroll back and see like 4 things about you. So my thing is, of course, singular. It is my grandbabies. It is my new house. And I'm the director of music at my church. So it usually has something to do with church. So that's my 4 pillars. So when you go through my social media, it takes you you can scroll back to probably the last 8 posts and see something about all 4 of those things. So, that's how I do it. But you're not going to have to go look far to see what I do. And it's funny because, there's all kinds of people that advertise stuff, and I try to figure out what it is. I'll have people message me and I'll go to their page and try to figure out, what they're selling. And there is nothing at all on their page about, what they're selling, what they're doing, or anything. So you need to make sure that you are advertising your business for sure. Just like Stacy said, just like when he posts about stuff about him and his grandson, that's a post that makes people say, well, how in the world are you keeping your grandson during the day at, 48 years old? Are you 48 or 47? 40?
I'm 48, but retired at 46.
Okay. See, I'm good. I can't believe I'm so at 48 years old, how in the world are you staying home every day with your grandbaby? So even though he's posting about that and his lifestyle, his lifestyle is showing time freedom, So post stuff that's going to raise people's curiosity. I love doing curiosity posts, even, something that's going to make people ask, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? How are you doing that? And that's where, when one person's curious and says something, then that just kind of starts a ball rolling. So I'm not going to go on there and say, go to singular.com and see what I'm doing. I'm not going to do that. But there's people know I'm not scared to say the word singular on my page. I'm not scared to say I'm your singular lady, because somebody sells Mary Kay, I'm going to know they're the Mary Kay lady, So that's my brand. I want to brand myself. When this thing explodes, they're going to say, oh my God, Melissa sells that singular stuff, when they start hearing about it from everywhere, So, post, that I don't know that I've heard so many different trainings about what to post and where to post it. And this is right. And this is right. And this is wrong. Don't do this, do this. You know what? It's going to have to be by trial and error, and do the things, do your own research. But that's how I do it. I am not by any means, nor do I claim to be any type of social media expert. I am technologically challenged and just do what I can to get by. But it's so far, I averaged, 15, 20 signups a month. So I do something right. But another question was, how do you grow your network? Hang on a second. Let me see what it was. How do you expand your circle of influence outside of Facebook? Well, post on other platforms, but also, you've got to get out of your comfort zone, and you've got to talk to everybody. I'm building a house. Tomorrow, my HVAC guy is coming to buy a system from me. So, you got to talk to everybody. You never know. Nobody is off limits, Nobody is off limits. Your waitress does not want to be waitressing. Your retail worker does not want to be running a cash register. Your DoorDash person would rather be home than running these roads for the minimum amount of money that they're making. Everybody is a prospect. And when you look at it that way, that you've got a better answer than what they're doing, then that's when you're going to expand your circle outside of Facebook.
All right, next question. And this you just kind of answered it. I'm struggling finding new prospects. Any tips? So, get out there, be sociable, get in other Facebook groups that interest you. You can also, if you don't have 5,000 Facebook friends, then you've got room to find new prospects. Make sure that you are maxing out that 5,000 friends. Getting in other people's networks. Like you have customers that are doing really well, but they don't want to be distributors. Have them to refer people to you. Have them to invite their friends to the testimonial group. Get in other people's networks, because here's the thing. We can only meet so many people, but we meet 5 people who have, each of them have 1,000 Facebook friends. Guess what? There's another 5,000 prospects. So work on getting in your customers' networks or your close friends' networks, your coworkers' networks. Work on getting into those so that way you are not running out of prospects. And I've been here for 10 years. I do not run out of prospects. And that was one of the things my wife was worried about. She goes, what's going to happen? And this was fairly new. She goes, what's going to happen in a few years when everybody knows what we do? I said, at that time, I was like, I don't know the answer to that yet. But I learned that you get into other people's networks and keep growing them. I hope that answers your question.
Let me tell you a statistic. I did a training. I don't even remember what training I did, but I had talked to Russ about the number of customers that were on Singular. And then I took and found out the number of people in the United States. And 1 out of 1,000 people is a Singular customer. So we're not even close to running out of prospects, you guys. Not even close. So, and there is no market in this entire country, in Canada and wherever else we sell it, Philippines, that is saturated. No market is saturated. We are not that big yet. So nobody can, I mean, there's no reason for anybody to say that they are out of they don't have there's no prospects where they live, that their market saturated. No, you're good. 1 out of 1,000. So just go to the next person if they know about it. Because then you still have 999 people or 998.
So here's one from my good friend Tammy Castanova. How are you helping your results page include more about the business? And Melissa, you and I were talking about that before the Zoom, so I'm going to let you take that one.
Okay, say that again.
Okay. How are you helping your results page include more about the business?
Oh, okay. So here's another one. So on my boards, I'll share it with y'all again so y'all can see, because I like for people to know where to go. So this is what we have been doing a little bit of, because we've actually been working on this. So on my boards, if you go to testimonies and then go to business testimonies, there are all kinds of business testimonies that you can post on your results group. Not only that, but there's here, no weight loss needed. That's a business post. And then videos. Look at all the videos that you can use to post on your testimony group. So there, and then this is just a handful. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that you can, how do I stop sharing? All kinds of ways that you can post about the testimony, about the business that on your results group without having to like really freak out about it. So,
and you can even do recognition in there.
Yes. Oh, that's good too. That's really good too.
And if you help someone hit their quick start bonus, or maybe if you're new and you hit your quick start bonus, or you hit a new rank, put it in there. The private Facebook groups are not like your main page. You got a lot more leniency there when it comes to compliance. So with it being a private page, then you've got more of a freedom to put in there, somebody that you help somebody hit a $200 quick start bonus. What would, you can even put a question there, what would it mean for you to have an extra $200? Will you help someone grow to a new rank in the company, and their, and that average pay is, we'll say manager $500 a month. What would you do with an extra $500 a month? So it's things like that that you can put in your testimonial group as well, to get people to see, okay, this is not just about weight loss. It looks like I can also make some money on this as well. So those are some ideas that you can put in there to promote the business and income opportunity.
Okay. And here's the next question.
Okay.
What go-to IPAs? I love this question. You know why, Stacy?
Why?
Because you and I have this little thing called Focus 40 that we put in place almost a year ago. And both of the facilitators for Focus 40 are on this Zoom tonight. And they are fantastic. So Jamie and Teresa. Jamie does the 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time Focus 40. And Teresa,
And she rocks it out.
Both of these ladies are amazing. And then Teresa Lasden is the one who does the 7 p.m. Eastern Time Focus 40. And you know what Focus 40 is, you guys? It's 40 minutes of facilitated and timed income producing activities that will tell you exactly what to do and help you know what to do every single day. And you can get on there once a day. You can get on there twice a day. You can get the list. Guess where it's at? On my boards of exactly what the activities are, why you do them, and how to do them. And that a great idea to do your IPAs, Stacy?
And there's another thing. Since they're in your boards or in my boards, what you can do is, if those 2 times don't work for you, you can take those, set a timer on your phone, and do it on your own time. And I know several people have done that and continue to do it because the 2 times don't work in their schedule. So even if those don't work in your schedule, you have the access to get those IPAs that we use. I think Melissa's pulling it up. She kind of threw me off there.
Sorry.
And I was like, what's my phone doing? But you got those and you can use them. So that is.
So it's got your times, it's got the Zoom link, it's got the password, which is Focus 40. It's got your schedule of what you do, but not only does it tell you what to do, so that's your schedule, it has an explanation of tasks. So each task, it tells you exactly what you're supposed to be doing during that timed activity.
And you'll be amazed what you can get done in a focused 40 minutes. It is crazy. If you are focused, no distractions, no, be in a room that's quiet, no TV on, no kids running around, no kids, want to come in and distract you for 40 minutes. Spouse isn't going to come in and distract you. The only thing you're using your phone for is for doing the Focus 40. You're not answering phone calls. You're not responding to text messages. You do that, you can get a lot done in 40 minutes. It is crazy how much you can get done.
Yep.
All right. Do you have the next question, or do I?
I think that's all I'm seeing on here. What do you got?
I think that's about all I have. I'm kind of scrolling up and down.
And Michael Miller said, we do not have any executives in the biggest cities in North America yet, not one. There we go. You're exactly right. Outskirts maybe, but not the big city
ones.
Okay. Well, we got done within an hour. Oh wait, Veronica said one more. How to maximize your business page. Oh, sister, let me tell you what I do. I copy everything I post on my regular page on my business page because I'm not a social media person. So I just copy it all. And I will tell you that I did try to do like a boost post, and every single one I've done have gotten rejected. So I quit trying. So I don't think me or Stacy are the ones about business page stuff.
No, I'll just be honest with you. I don't use one. I don't. I had one years ago, and I found that I got more interaction through my main Facebook page and through the testimonial pages or page than I did through my business page. So I just quit putting my time there. And so there you go. Sorry, we're not much help on that.
Monica. All right. Well, I'm sure that there's other people in this group that you could probably learn a lot from. So if somebody is good at business page stuff, just raise your hand so Veronica can connect with you.
And we will admit our weaknesses, the ones we have, which that one is a big one. So connect yourself to, somebody says that they rock out on doing a business page. Get with those people and say, hey, how are you running yours?
Veronica, get with Leslie Lewis. So, well, that is all we have time for tonight. And I thank you guys for joining us. I hope somebody learned something. I did. So I hope somebody learned some stuff tonight. I learn from all you guys all the time. Get your videos posted. We are going to, we're going to plan a time that next week for all of you that are in Cabo, and we're going to probably one afternoon or something, all get together and do a big video for this group. So we can all, so just be watching for that. Message us if you're going to be there, and we'll put everybody in a chat, in a messenger chat. I'll let Stacy be in charge of that. The message Stacy or message Christy. She's not here. Everybody who's going to be in Cabo, message Christy and say, I'm in the Founders Club group and I'll see you in Cabo. And we'll let her be. We got to give her something if she's not here tonight. I mean, she don't get off the hook, does she?
Oh my gosh.
You know what? Just message her. Do this. And this is, y'all are going to think this is crazy. This is an inside joke. Just message her with the word butter. That's it. Nothing else. Just send her a message and just say butter. Everybody who's going to be in Cabo for next week. So do that. And we will see you there. We cannot wait to spend the week with you and get to know you guys. That's the only 2 assignments we have. The assignment is we're going to extend the video, and then we've got a month-long assignment to earn your 5 points. We will not have the regularly scheduled Zoom next Thursday night because we have no idea what our schedule is going to be. We're going to be on Pacific time, so we don't know where we're going to be. So we are just going to go live throughout the week. We'll be doing some trainings. We'll get some executives on. We'll get some the corporate executives on to, say hey to everybody. So be watching this page, set your notification, turn your notifications on, because you never know what is going to happen. But we love you guys. We're proud of you that have stuck it out. We're proud of you who are committed. And this is going to be the thing that changes. For those of you who want to be in Cabo and are not going to be, this is your chance right now to earn that trip to Jamaica and not have FOMO next year too.
Couldn't have said it better. You guys rock it out. We got plenty of time to earn this. Let's all lock arms and do it together.
We love y'all so much.
You have a good evening. God bless.
Bye.
Thank you. Love y'all too.
Have a good evening.
Good night.